Okay, here's a little toot on moving the G7 up the neck. This isn't a regular ukulele, it's a baritone ukulele, and I'm just going to use my looping pedal here to create a kind of a backing groove that I'm going to play along with, and I thought you might be interested in seeing me do that. So I'm going to start with a rhythm like this. I'm going to record that. We'll record a little bass line. And I'll put in a few little chords. That should do. Okay, here's the uke that we usually work on, the soprano ukulele. The first thing I'm going to show you is just how using the inversions of the chords that we've worked on so far, I'm going to turn this down a little bit, how using the inversions of the chords that we worked on in the lesson can add texture, you know. You could just strum along with this regular open G7 chord, and that would work fine. Or you can use this one. It's the one around the 3rd fret. Or you can go up to the 7th fret, which is this one. Or the 10th fret. That one's pretty flinky. Or you can move between them. The idea? Yeah. Okay, then I'm going to stop this for a second. Okay, and so yeah, you need to get used to moving between these shapes, but you can use all those different shapes to create very different textures that are much different than just strumming one chord continuously. Okay, here's another thing that using these shapes up the neck is very good for something called muting, and for a groove like this it's good to use muting, and so you can do it with the open G string, but when you mute, to mute the chord, you just let your fingers off the chord slightly, so you get a kind of muted sound like this, but keep the shape of it. So you keep the shape of the chord, but you let your fingers come off so that you don't take the string all the way to the fret. And that gives you this kind of sound, which is very percussive and cool. The problem in the open position, which you have this open G string, this is going to ring all the time. We want to have a nice dry sound, so you can do it in the open position. You just have to avoid that open G string. But it works a little bit better when you move up the neck, say to the 3rd fret G7 here, and then you can mute all the strings, right? And you can go like this. do it in the open position, which is the way we did it in here, the strum actually, we did in the open position, we had to avoid the G string, so we can still hear that G string ringing. Have to be really careful to avoid it. It works though. And I'm going to move up to the 3rd fret. You hear how dry that is, eh? So I'll try that along with the I'll try that along with my little backing track here. I move up to the 7th fret. You can play this along with the lowrider YouTube clip that I put on today's lesson. You can do different rhythm. Well, that didn't work very well. That's working a little better. I like that one. It's all the way up to the 10th fret. Lots of fun, lots of stuff to explore there. Yeah. Okay, here's the 3rd thing. You can use these shapes to create kind of solo-y riffs, or more like, you can create a kind of solo out of them. And I'll try and do that now. Just sliding those shapes around. Yeah, that's nice. Oops. Gets pretty small up there. There you go. So I hope that gives you some ideas of how to use those movable shapes of the G7 up the neck of the ukulele, and why it's fun to learn those. All for now.